My shoe's slipping.
Come on.
Is it safe?
Of course.
I'm frightened.
My
I think
inspiration.
I'm going to stop here.
You don't climb trees?
No, I do not.
You're missing out.
I'll leave you to it.
Looking out across the morning, when the city's heart begins to beat.
I love climbing trees. I think it's my favorite thing. Having water balloon fights and climbing trees. I think that those two are my favorite.
Don't you prefer making love or going to a concert, or you prefer, you really mean that you prefer climbing trees and having a balloon fight?
Yeah, water balloon fight.
And you prefer that to anything else?
Well, as my pastime fun, you know, can't compare it to performing. But other people play football, basketball. I like to climb trees.
So how had this singing and dancing genius arrived in the surreal place that is his life today? I started to look for answers back at the beginning. He played me his first single, Big Boy, which was released when he was just 8. By then, Michael Jackson had already been performing for 3 years. Do you remember when you first discovered that you had a special musical talent?
My mother caught me making my bed one day, and I was singing. And she said to my father that I could sing, and he didn't want to hear of it. You know, he said that Jermaine's the lead singer, not Michael. My mother said, Joe, you really should hear him sing. He can sing. He goes, no, Jermaine's the lead singer of the group, and that's it. She forced him to listen to me, and once he listened to me, from that moment on, I was the lead singer of the group. My entire childhood, I remember people always saying to me, he's a 42-year-old midget. At first I didn't understand, but what they meant was the way I, you know, moved on stage and the way I sang, like you say, the inflections or whatever.
Did somebody teach you to do that?
No, you can't teach that. You can't teach it. It has to come from inside. It's a gift, you know. I remember precisely going to Motown Studios to record. And right across the street from the studio was a park. And I could hear the roar of the, you know, the Little League team, and they were playing soccer and football and volleyball, and they were playing baseball. And I remember a lot of the times looking back and really hiding my face, crying. I wanted to play sometime, and I couldn't, you know.
Why
I had
not?
to go.
Why couldn't?
I had to go to the studio.
Show me what you can do. Shake it, baby. Come on, make it, baby. Ooh, ooh. 1, 2, 3, baby. ABC, baby. Na na, do re mi, baby. Hey, that's all love can do.
When you would be practicing, you were very heavily disciplined by your father. What was that like?
Well, I didn't have it that hard because he used me as the example. It was like, do it like Michael. You know, and he practiced us with a belt in his hand. And if you miss a step, expect to be...
Just let me go back. You just said that you would practice the dance steps and your father would be holding a belt in his hand. Is that what you just said?
Yes. And he would tear you up if you missed. And so we, not only were we practicing, we were nervous rehearsing because he sat in the chair and he had this belt in his hand. And if you didn't do it the right way, he would tear you up, really get you. And I got it a lot of times, but I think my brother Marlon got it the most because he had a hard time at first. And he tried so hard. And it was always, do it like Michael, do it like Michael, you know. But the others were very nervous, and I was nervous too, you know, because he was tough.
How often would he beat you?
Too much.
Would he only use a belt?
Why do you do this to me? No, more than a belt.
What else would he use to hit you with?
Ironing cords. Whatever's around. Throw you up against the wall as hard as he could. See, it's one thing to...
But you were only a child.
I know.
You were a baby.
I know. It's one thing to discipline.
And you were producing successful records.
I know. He would lose his temper. I just remember hearing my mother scream, Joe, you're going to kill him, you're going to kill him, stop it, you're going to kill him, you know, and I was so fast, you know, he couldn't catch me half the time, but when he would catch me, oh my God, it was bad. It was really bad.
I looked up at the screen and couldn't help wondering what effect this violence had on young Michael.
We were terrified of him. Terrified. I can't tell you. I don't think he realizes to this day how scared. I mean scared. So scared that I would regurgitate.
You would vomit?
Mm-hmm.
When would you vomit? What would produce that sort of reaction in you?
His presence. Just seeing him. And sometimes I'd faint, and my bodyguards would have to hold me up.
When he was beating you, did you hate him?
Yeah. Strong hate. That's why to this day I don't lay a finger on my children. I don't want them to ever feel that way about me. Ever. And he didn't allow us to call him Daddy. And I wanted to call him Daddy so bad. He said, I'm not Daddy, I'm Joseph to you, you know? And I totally forgive him for all of it, you know. You have to. But I don't allow my children to call me Michael. I say I'm Daddy. It's just the opposite. So when people say the abuse, that's not true. That's not true at all.